We know conversations happening at home are most likely challenging right now for parents of young children.
And that's why we've asked Dr. Joshua Stein to join us today. He's a child and adolescent psychiatrist with Prairie Care. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
As Aaron said, this tragedy is so hard for adults to understand, let alone children. How do young minds navigate trauma like this?
So it's very confusing and it's very uncertain, and children are used to things being safe, things being comfortable. They trust the guardrails that are in place in life. And when they go off, when that scaffolding disappears, there can be a lot of collapse.
Let's say this hasn't come up at the dinner table or bedtime last night, or that parents want to, bring it up again. How should you start this conversation?
So I think if you have the luck of having two parents, I want them to discuss it first and find a general approach that they can share. I think the second side is kids are aware of this. Kids are talking. We know that kids easily get media, they explore it, they're connected. So asking children what they know, what they've experienced so far, and their understanding of what happened yesterday in Minneapolis is an important place to start from.
You've said it's important to stay open and authentic. What does authenticity look like for a parent in this case?
So we all want to be strong for our children. We all want to scoop them up. We want to love them. We want to shield them from some of the terrors of this world. The flip side is when we don't show our emotions, when we don't show our fear or our tears regarding what happened, we may not be giving them the place to kind of understand what they're experiencing. Our youngest children are unaware of their emotions. It may come out as anger, it may come out as stomach aches, it may come out as sleep-related issues or irritability, or refusal to do things that they previously would want to do. And so we need to be okay saying, it was horrible, I'm so sad, I'm brokenhearted, like we all are. And then we can start from there.
Is it important to follow up in the days ahead here?
Absolutely. So I've been asked by many of my patients and friends and family who've reached out, what would shift somebody from developing PTSD from this, either from experiencing parts of it or from the secondary trauma from it, versus somebody that may not end up with an illness from this? And to tell the truth, there's some things we're aware of, but we don't always know. And so some kids may, in these next few weeks, have nightmares. They may be overwhelmed. They may re-experience. They may be fearful about going to school. We're about to cross that line for most of us here in Minnesota. Whereas some of them, that will dissipate. The structure, the scaffolding, the love of their family, the people around them, however extensive that would be, their neighborhood, they'll move on. And other kids will not. And so while we all want to have life normalize, we also need to be aware that it may not. And when that happens, we want to reach out for help. And as a psychiatrist, as a mental health practitioner, my colleagues and myself are standing ready. Please call us. And if you're uncertain, please call us. And if it has nothing to do with what happened yesterday, but you're concerned about a loved one, reach out, get a diagnostic assessment, and move forward. There's no shame in it. We're really excited to work with you.
We've got a little bit less than a minute here, but can you explain to us what is secondary trauma and how can we identify that it's happening for kids or teenagers?
Well, so the world has changed, right? We have a 24-hour news cycle. We have exposure to things through the internet, through discussion, but the images of what happened, the story of what happened is striking. And this idea that even if you were not, at Annunciation yesterday, even if you were not part of that event that occurred, you can still be traumatized by what occurred. And while we want to take care of those initial people first, it can be quite terrifying to turn and go to school with this new uncertainty, this new perspective on the world, with maybe having some of the naivety that we have as children and as adolescents pulled away. And so we need to be aware of that because we can start to see some real resistance to functioning that can occur.
Okay. And we're running out of time here, but journaling, self-expression, unplugging, all good things to do.
The other thing that I think is really important is to turn some of this fear, this uncertainty into positives. if you are connected in any way, creating a gift basket, participating in the GoFundMes, reaching out and turning this into positive effort, being those people who run and support community, creating meal trains, showing the love that we as Minnesotans have and how we can be part of a community is so important.
Great examples to set for our children. Thank you so much,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Stein. And we do want to remind Minnesotans of the national lifeline support available to them. That number is 988. Someone is there to take your call or text 24/7. It is free and anonymous.